this? Like, what happened?
That's the Cambodian aggression that we were expecting all the way from the start of the game. I guess just the understanding that they would actually have more pressure when it comes to the early fight. Stormy?
Oh, again, in the mid lane, Stormy. Boxing is... did I not say that the Edith has been just performing like crazy? Malaysia on the board now, at least finding an answer to what I was saying. You know, boxing is being a threat here on Edith.
Well played, right? Because it's already very uncharacteristic for Malaysia, or maybe it is characteristic. Very aggression at the start. It's just Cambodia know how to go up against an aggressive team because they themselves are an aggressive team. Maybe for Cambodia, it's about them just looking in the mirror and seeing, oh, Malaysia plays the same way. It's just us, but in a different flag, with a different composition here. And this lead that Felix has, by the way, in the bottom lane, wait, there's another skirmish, Edith.
Another skirmish, all for the resources. As you were saying, the lead that he has.
Yeah, it's a big lead that the Terizla has in the bottom lane. He will be able to get level 4 first. So Lucas on this Bane will actually have a very, very good time. Yums is still level 2.
Yeah, again, Deadliest Catch. Look at the damage coming out from it. It is going to be Martin that gets the kill, but man, Deadliest Catch, deadly damage, and that's going to get them the turtle as well as Lucas swoops in. Now they're going to find it out. Whoa, the lockdown is on point from Sorry I'm Felix as he uses the penalty zone to even catch Sky's. Huge win for Cambodia.
You can have sorry in your name, but it didn't look like he was sorry at all. For the 2-3 kills that he gets all the way from the start of the game, Cambodia starting things off really, really strong, and now utilizing the strength in the top side again.
Ooh. Again, the top side, Lolil going to be in trouble. Couple hits away, but won't be able to get the kill, and now Yums joins the fight. Darling Light going to find Lolil. Couldn't escape that one, but now Sky's punishes. Will pick up the Sky Piercer on top of it, but Malaysia still dragging behind a little bit here. Man, Cambodia, this is the pace we were talking about.
We were expecting Cambodia to be the aggressors, and we do see that here. We get to see the replay again as to what happened. Yums, we were talking about how he's super duper crazy aggressive. That was a term I think that we, agreed upon in the drafts. And we do see that, but now it's just wrong in terms of the timing there. He went in when he was level 2, and for the rest of the team as well, knowing that Gorgeous is at level 4, your roamer just died, there was no reason for them to really go for that skirmish. Sky is losing out on a whole lot of momentum, and here, not even able to deal a lot of damage on Lucas.
Time and time again, the combination into the Deadly Catch. Penalty zone going to be used as well. Spirit of Destruction was there, so they're going to fight it out. Cambodia losing Lucas in the exchange, and now still going. Dawning Light going to find Skies. They find another target. The shortcut was already used as they come back through. Boxing will fall in Malaysia, firing back. Could possibly still be looking for more. Sorry, I'm Felix holding down the front side, has the body of Smith and the healing. And he's going to be just fine again. This Terizla is going to be troublesome. And now the top side looks like they ran a little bit further. Run the King trying to run away here. Going to get locked down into the turret. But will take one with him as Yums falls as well. Turtle's now up here. Cambodia ready to fight it out against Malaysia for it. But it looks like they control this side unless guys can go in. They can't get the turtle. Was trying to get the retribution off, but won't be there in time.
It did make him panic, though, right? Because it did seem like, for Boxy at least, he was able to be the one to get the turtle. And that will be at least something, some resources given to the wrong member. So Lucas won't be able to fully snowball. But still, with 2 turtles at the start of the game, with this kind of composition, you expect Cambodia to be able to utilize this with just invading, I would say, up against the Fanny. You want to try to threaten the purple buff takes a few of these times, especially considering the Fanny's behind and not, at the optimal state, but still, he's doing okay. It's not horrible for the Fanny. He was able to pick 3 kills up. Dying twice is still, quite okay at this stage of the game. He already has a Sky Piercer, and for Cambodia, now they have to try to lock Skies down in his own jungle. If they can go for the purple buff steal, that would give them such an easy road in the mid game. And the mid game is definitely the stage of the game that they want to utilize most with this kind of composition. And personally for me, if I take a look at Cambodia here, I have to Again, talking about the pattern, run the king.
Whoa, the king, he jumps back with the Lycan pounce. He could have lived. He ends up getting killed anyway. That's a tough situation to be in now in the bottom side. Once again in the jungle, Lucas using the deadliest catch to try to escape. Looks like it's going to be enough. The shortcut goes down. Sky's trying to possibly enter from the backside there. Sorry on Felix, luckily there. Look at Sky's on the map. I don't think he's going to be able to actually find his entry point he was looking for because they're ready to play defensively on this. Still going to be planted. There he goes down in the mid lane and will escape. But Malaysia, I'd say there's still doing pretty good at keeping things even, but now the revenge. Cambodia will go on the top side. Lolio could be in trouble. The flicker from boxing, but he flickers out. Lolio can't escape the last fish there from the deadliest catch, and Humes will go ahead and flicker out of the dawning light, surviving a little bit longer. Turtle now up though. Malaysia, just as I was saying, doing pretty good, staying together. We'll lose a couple key battles here, and once again, Primal Wrath going to be used into the dawning line on Stormy, forcing him back and run the king, making him run for his life. Will get the flicker out, so Cambodia will now secure themselves the third turtle of the game.
3 neutral objectives, but if you take a look at the gold lead, it's only just about 1,000. It's creeping up at that 2,000 mark for the gold lead, but this is not really going to be that good for Cambodia, at least at this stage of the game. They would want to have a bigger lead, especially considering they started the game off with an amazing snowball. Maybe getting that, onward again.
Again, going to be utilized, just trying to hold down this bottom side, but they also get the split out, so Cambodia, and you're starting to see things kind of really fall into place for Ra, your big daddy, on this pick, this savior pick, like we said, scaling up pretty good this early on in the game with the kind of lead that they've managed to get.
Okay, so again, if we take a look at the lead, on paper, if you just take a look at Cambodia's composition, it's not really that good. They want to be a little bit safer with a bigger lead at this point of the game. But then you take a look at the savior, right? And you can think to yourself, hey, yeah, no problem. They have a Bane, they have a Xavier. Even if it goes to the late game, the Bane's going to be a big problem. The Xavier is going to be an even bigger problem. And the fact that Lucas is already so tanky means that they want to go for these skirmishes. This is the timer to go for it. And they got a turret.
Just run it down. Just run it down mid. Get the turrets. Get the resources. Just pushing everybody out. Shortcut going to be used. They might be forced to fight here. Onward goes in. Earth Shatter not going to find the connection they're looking for, but in the backside once again, Lolio going to be in trouble. Lucas will get the kill. Split already used with 3 members down for Malaysia. Dawning Light already committed as well from Cambodia. Run. Is he actually going to force this in? Stormy has the penalty zone, and Hume's now going to be the target, but they won't follow up through. They want to get that tier 2 in the mid, but Cambodia just coming out swinging in game number 1.
But that was just so forced by Malaysia, man. The fact that Humes already went in, popped in the shortcut, was able to get some members to rotate back into the teleport. They were already able to force out Ra to flicker out, just based on just with the shortcut alone. So they already got a little bit of a W there. But the fact that they tried to push even further with the Spear of Destruction at the 9th minute of the game from Lolio, who was already 1 and 2 before that team fight even started, and the fact that he took it, that Spear of Destruction landed in the midst of the Cambodian mid-game power spike that they have. And he took it. That was an interesting play from Lolio. One that I'm not a fan of. And you can definitely see now Cambodia, with a 4,000 gold lead, they're going to go and force the issue.
Once again, Lord here for the taking, and it's going to be Lucas that secures it. They might be forced to fight. The shortcut already dropped down. Hume's going to be in trouble as Run the King will get another notch on the kill list. Meanwhile, Lolio does get that push on the bottom side, but at what cost as Cambodia furthers their lead, and now the Lord in the mid lane.
It's well played to Cambodia, obviously, right? They're doing so many of the correct things. They're able to punish every single mistake, even the minor mistakes coming in from Malaysia. But also for Malaysia, this is a completely different team. The number 1 of each group, Group A and Group B. Myanmar in Group A in that match number 1. We were talking about how it was just weird to see Myanmar play in a different way. And now it's happening to Malaysia as Cambodia continue the siege.
Oh, the siege, the penalty zone already dropped under the turret. They're going to be forced to fight once again. And look, I'm sorry, I'm Felix jumping to the backside, just decimating Malaysia. Only Sky's left alone, and also Gojes. But I don't think it's going to be enough as the Lord makes its way to the base. And they focus it down, and Cambodia will take first blood in the best of 3 series against Malaysia.
10 minutes and 30 seconds We saw in Game 2, Indonesia, Myanmar, we were already surprised with a 10-minute and 50-second game. Cambodia, the overwhelming underdogs coming into this match, with Malaysia beating Indonesia. The same goes for Lucas on the utility jungler for Cambodia. He was able to make it work in game 1. Let's see on the Fredrin if anything changes. Lucas, Concussive Blast, wants to try to hold and, at least equal the crazy clear speed of the Nolan here. But you can already see that Skies is level 3, a level ahead. Yuum's already very aggressively invading the enemy jungle.
This is a good invade. They're most likely just going to get the retribution out from, Lucas here, and it looks like that's all they want to do. But also, Sario and Felix going to help bring the backup, and that's what we're talking about. One of the things that Malaysia, they get the full reset, so he doesn't want to use the retribution. I guess they get the information that he didn't either, and that he doesn't have orange buff. Lucas in trouble trying to get the turret, and that's not going to be enough. That was definitely a mistake coming out from Lucas. What happened there? And it's going to happen more. More punishes under the turret. Sorry, Felix might be next here. And Malaysia, talk about a strong start, a snowballing start. Exactly what they needed with this lineup.
What was that, Lucas? I'm actually kind of speechless there after watching that play. He had the angle already. The rest of the team had already bought him enough time, bought him enough space to actually go for it. And he decides to go for the other camp instead of utilizing Boxy's hold onto the orange buff. And now he's going to be behind quite a bit. And because of everybody rotating to help him, the whole team's going to be behind. Lucas kind of, gave Cambodia a hard time in the early game now. And now you're going to have to go and fight an uphill battle. There's 3,000 gold almost below. And Skies, he has no interest in going for the turtle. He wants to continue this deny. He wants to continue this punish from Lucas, and he'll do so. Lucas finally now using the retribution. It's a bit too late, buddy. That window has closed, and now it's the Malaysian snowball that we all know and love.
His level 3 Mirko to, the level 6 of Skies right now. That is, concussive blast or not, like we were talking about, trying to keep up with Skies. At this point, you're just stuck trying to farm, trying to be in the jungle. And look at that way Dragon Armor going to be used on boxing, able to survive with the flicker, but a flicker from Stormy, and now here comes Yuums, goes in. The assertive guy goes in forward. Yuums will pick up the next kill now, sitting on 4 kills for Malaysia in total. You're going to get this turtle as well. Lucas, not sure if he can really do anything with that, so he's just going to have to watch the turtle secured. Now Malaysia furthering the lead, and now they want to punish Lucas even more. Back for the orange buff. They're going to force him back. He's going to rely on boxing. Boxing now gets the level 4 available for this Edith. It looks like now top side. But they will punish Yuums as Sario and Felix comes in. But on the top side, Run the King can't run away from Stormy as he falls under the turret. And this is once again Malaysia just dominating on all sides of the map. Even the jungle, Lucas will not see a buff here as Skies furthers his lead. Level 8, almost level 9 against Lucas, level 5.
What a stomp this is, right, for Malaysia. They have a 5,000 gold lead at the 4th minute of the game. They're beating the clock at this point. I don't think I've seen a gold lead this massive this early on in the game. Usually it's still 2 to 3, and now it's so weird. Lucas wants to fight now.
Lucas again? I mean, we talked about the pick-off potential with a Cho pick, and it's happening time and time again in the hands of Yuums. Even questionably, what is Lucas doing there at that point? I think he's he's probably a little tilted with the way the early game went. I mean, he's not getting any buffs, any farm, and now Sarium Felix going to be dealing with the last insanity under the turret. Will flick around, but it's still Stormy and Gojes here. Dawning Light going to try to help the fight, but it's not going to be enough. We'll go ahead and get some of these health bars back up, but look at this, Lucas. You want a buff, you're not going to get it because Humes even zoning him out. Lucas has to rely on the rest of the team to get here to help them. Just secure, but look at the damage already coming out from Skies. They're going to fight under the tier 2. All for the orange buff, but they might punish him back as Skies does fall, but now Sarium Felix on the run won't be able to get away. But another kill gets picked up for Lucas, and it could be more. Run the King on the run for Stormy. Stormy one hit away, and he will get shut down. A turnaround for Cambodia. Some way, somehow, Malaysia overstays.
How do they do that? They won against a 5,000 gold lead, snowballing composition of Team Malaysia with a Nolan, a Valentina, an export. This whole team was built to... Turtle, as we can see here from the live screen, but man, they've lost so much momentum based on that play. All right, if we take a look at the gold lead, it's still not too bad. It's still 4,000 gold lead for Team Malaysia, so they're still able to hold it down. It's not the worst. But Malaysia, remember, with this kind of composition, you're good even in the late game with the Moscow technically, but Cambodia are not just good in the late game. They're going to be excellent in the late game with that Xavier. The Xavier is going to be the key to victory here. If Malaysia don't end this within, 14 minutes? If Cambodia can actually just equalize the gold lead here as well, it's going to be great. Oh!
Once again, they're going to find a lot of CC on Humes, but also firing back to the backside, forcing Sarium Felix back. Gojes now just cooking him, but he won't actually pull the trigger on the last insanity, so still Cambodia withstands some of the fight. I think, as you were saying, Miracle, hold on now once again. Skies trying to find Boxing, will be able to execute him with the Sky Piercer. So that's a kill down, a body down for Cambodia. Sarium Felix going to possibly jump in. Doesn't want to commit because meanwhile the top lane's going to be pushed in. Malaysia still playing around the lead that they have, even with Cambodia finding some wins across the map. They still have a massive goal deficit to work towards.
Okay, so it's still very, very good. Yums again.
Look at this. Lucas in trouble. Sarium Felix trying to turn the tide onward into the Earth Shatter, but they have no follow-up available. There they go. Jumps in, run the King. They really want to fight this out. Once again, they still need time to get the items they need to match up against the firepower of Malaysia.
And now we're going to take a look at Wolio, who's already snowballing on this Moscow. The DHS already built up 3-item power spike for him. So at the 8th minute, now this is the proper 8th minute to go for the play that he went for in game number 1. Now he can actually go for Spirit of Destruction. Now he can actually pop in onto 4 members, and maybe he'll be able to survive, actually. Still going to be tough, though, up against this composition. You have a lot of CC, a lot of damage from Felix, too. So you really can't count Cambodia out, despite them losing out so hard in the early game. They still have a lot of damage output to actually turn the tides for a lot of these skirmishes. But at least for the Turtle, Malaysia is going to be safe. Cambodia will be forced to just go down below. That's all they can do. They can't go for any of these skirmishes. Not now. It's a desperate Dawning Light to maybe go for a steal, but it's not going to happen here. Malaysia secure the first lord of the game. 8 minutes in and 30 seconds. So with an 8,000 gold lead too, man. Absolute stomp for now. Even despite that, kind of like a small throw. It's a Wishing Lantern, by the way, for the Valentina. It's a new item coming in handy. Have to seize into the Sky Piercer for the Masha as well. These core items are still quite far away from being built, Naisu. Especially for Ra. He's not the big daddy this game. Not yet, right? He's got to wait for those items to be finished up. We're getting a little bit of damage on the Gojes, which is great before the Lord actually comes in. And Ra gets the Lightning Truncheon, but I think he'll need 1 more item to at least be online. 2 if maybe they want to turn the tides of this game. But Malaysia, they're building the waves in such a good way. Cambodia have a good wave there technically with the Xavier. But Malaysia could actually just go for the stomp, could go for the dive all the way. They have Yums, they have even a Last Insanity as well, that anti-CC.
Yep.
It seems they're going to do it.
gonna get the shields off here. Lord now part of the fight in the backside, gets the kickoff once again. Humes might get caught out himself though. It's gonna get locked down a little bit before now the turret goes down. Last Insanity gonna be used. Dawning Light already committed. Boxy goes down, but look on the backside again. Sorry, Felix will be chasing Lolil, and he can't get the kill. A couple hits away only. And meanwhile, Cambodia trying to hold on to this mid-lane turret. They still have to deal with these minion waves pushing in. From Malaysia, happy with the assault so far, looking for more. Lolil will pick up the Wind of Nature. He might jump in. There's the Spear of Destruction as they take out Run the King. And Malaysia looks to take it, possibly for a game 3 if they can punch this one in. Still working on the bottom turret. Humes put the pressure on the Crystal, trying to get the attention. Going for Ra. He does find him with the Way of the Dragon. Buying enough time. The Immortality's going to pop. Malaysia still looking to possibly end it here, but they need more kills. They don't have enough waves pushing in for Cambodia. They'll actually defend and stay in the game.
Incredible value, though, still for Malaysia. The fact that they were able to take 3 base. Spear of Destruction in towards the back. Didn't find the kill onto Ra, but still, that was really, really good. They were able to pressure the back line a lot. Cambodia had to really respect that, but still, they were able to defend. With that big of a goal lead, you would expect Malaysia to be able to end the game, but that's why the wave clear coming in from the Xavier is just so, so valuable. It's still going to be really tough, though, for Cambodia to look for a full comeback here. 18 seconds for the Enhanced Lord. And with that Lord, it should be an end straight up for Malaysia. If they keep this lead in the 12th minute of the game, as they get that Enhanced Lord, I really don't see a way where Cambodia can actually go for the defense unless Malaysia make a big throw happen. If they make a big mistake, right, around the dive for the end, but I can't see that happening here. I really can't, Naisu. It just feels like with this gold lead, with the advantage that you have in the macro as well, because of the base turret's taken down. Oh, okay, that could have been an answer as well, by the way. If somehow Ra gets the Dawning Light to steal the Lord, yeah, that could have been an angle where they can actually try to look for a comeback, but that didn't happen, obviously. Malaysia didn't even let it go to become enhanced. Okay, yeah. So that actually makes it defendable.
It does. I think it does, but it makes it defendable in that sense, but still, Malaysia's so far ahead, man. I mean, look at their items. They could actually just, even with having Gojes just going with Last Insanity, it's going to disperse Cambodia so much that I think they might have a troubling time defending their base here, but let's find out if they can do it.
Lolil already has it with the Nature as well. He picked it up in the previous fight. So it's going to be very easy for him to actually deny some of this damage coming in from Felix. I think he'll have to go for Stormy, and Humes already concealed in the back.
Yep, Humes trying to find Rob, possibly going to be able to flick around and avoid it. They do drag the Lord bottom side. They might be able to buy themselves enough time. They have to deal with it, but Lucas is already down, and the Lord is still up, and they'll just focus on the Crystal. In Malaysia will take it to a game at number 3 against Cambodia.
Victory!
GG, well played to Team Malaysia for being able to game number 2, right? Ladies and gentlemen, game number 3. Cambodia takes on Malaysia. It was 1-0 for Cambodia, but Malaysia were able to equalize the odds 1-1. And from a best of 3, we're back to technically just a best of 1 to decide which of these nations will go and represent their country in the main stage of Iesf WEC 24 in Riyadh. Will it be Cambodia? Will it be Malaysia? Go and spam in the live chat what you guys think this game is going to show us. Will it be even a stomp, or maybe perhaps our first ever mid to late game battle? Because in the early game, Ra is getting bullied. Deja vu.
Oh no, Deja vu. Humes. Oh, Ra is going to go down. This might be once again a response here coming through. Humes trying to get out of there. Sky's there to back him up, but now possibly another kill. Malaysia. 2 on the board early in. Boxing not going to be able to really do much either, and Skies will go ahead, delay the jungle even.
I was about to say, man, that was really close. The fact that he wanted to just, risk that goal just up top. Ooh.
Revenge strike, not enough to get the kill, but sorry, I'm Felix. He has that minion there to tank up the tower, and he's just going to chase down Gojes. Gojes has nowhere to go, and he gets swung into the air, and now Boxing once again going to be the target for Malaysia as Lolil will pick up the kill. At least Cambodia able to get one on the board earlier on the top side. Malaysia really controlling so far this portion of the game. Nothing too crazy. Ra, is he going to force this on Stormy? Goes in, but not enough damage just yet.
Not enough just yet, but still for Malaysia, it's such a good lead at the start of the game. If you take a look at the gold, though, not too big. It's only just, around 500 gold that they picked up with those 3 kills. I think it's because of the solo kill as well, up top, that they weren't really able to fully capitalize on this, and it's actually going to be Cambodia on the turtle.
Okay, yeah, actually, Cambodia will be able to take this just fine. Really easily, actually. They knew that Skies was trying to get the purple buff, and they might look to punish now. Stormy could be in trouble in the mid lane. Lucas jumps in, won't be able to get the kill with Lycan Pounce, and now forcing Yumes back a little bit further. Skies might try to just swoop in and retrieve this purple buff. He's going to have to time it perfectly. Penalty zone already going to be used. Gojes trying to join the fight from the backside, but Skies is in trouble. Will be able to survive, though, barely. But meanwhile, will lose that buff, and they keep it together. But right now, Cambodia really fighting back, given how the beginning of the game went, at least able to keep things even and take some even from Malaysia.
Game number 1, Cambodia, the way that they were able to go up against the Fanny was, all right, you know what? We are already snowballing at the start of the game. We'll just use our composition with a lot of the displacements that we have in our composition to go up against the Fanny. We won't even go for the purple buff steals, purple buff invades. But game number 3 is a bit different. You do have, tools to utilize to cancel out those dashes coming in from the Fanny, but it's still kind of a brawl composition that you've built for yourself in the early phase of the game, especially considering that, this is a strong side of the XP lane for Cambodia. They're going to be able to force the issue a lot in around that purple buff side that will be spawning up towards the top side of the map. So for Cambodia, it's already a very different angle of attack now. It'll be more of the threats towards the purple buff. And when you do that, Sky is going to be having a bad time. I was talking about how this Fanny pick could work. This Fanny pick is still really good on the hands of Skies. But if you don't have a purple buff, I'm sorry to say, but it doesn't matter how good you really are around the early game at least, right? If you don't have the purple buff and you play within your base, sure, Boxy.
Oh, Box, okay, he's gonna be fine, but yeah, as you were saying, if Skies doesn't have the purple buff, it's going to be tough, and every time it's up, you look at the rotations from Cambodia, they want to fight now in the mid lane once again. Look at the burst damage from Stormy, from the Yin Yang overturn, with a huge setup, and into the penalty zone they go. Still looking, Stormy's the one to fall, and they might be looking for Gojes, tries to get something with the Primal Wrath. What a flicker, though. Will be able to pick up a kill himself and survive the fight. And now they just chase him down, but Gojes should be fine. It looked so good for Cambodia, but then fell apart quickly.
Wow. Back and forth, but a win for Malaysia. Good flicker out by Gojes. And honestly, for me, it feels like Ra was saving that flicker a bit too long. I think it's really good, though, if we take a look at the long term of that flicker not being used, because they do have a lot of pressure here. And Skies is waiting in the bush, gets spotted out. So they're going to reset and look to go for the neutral objective again. 1,000 gold behind this time.
Oh, he's trying to get in there. He's going to be able to get there in time, though. Ying Yang overturn already used, and Skies is somehow able to get the turtle in the exchange. No one will fall, but the turtle is at least secured for Malaysia. Cambodia tried their best to keep him at bay, but they struggled a little bit dealing with this. Purple buff's going to be up for Lucas, though. Again, Cambodia still trying to work through this lead now. Yumes takes some damage, and Stormy, but they get the turret now for Malaysia. Bottom side turret. Looks like they're going to put more pressure here on the resources. Cambodia, though, to go ahead and make sure Lucas gets this buff, because Malaysia, man, they're starting to further the gold lead. We talked about it. They kept it relatively even, but now they're pulling further ahead, 2,000 ahead in this gold, almost 6 minutes into the game. But relatively, I'd say it's still a pretty back and forth between both.
The Malaysian snowball is online in the 5th minute of the game. A signature playstyle, which theoretically is kind of weird. It doesn't snow in Malaysia, but hey, we'll go with it, right? Sky Piercer for the Fanny. Oh, Yums.
Yum's gonna go in. Way the Dragon gonna be used. Purify already there. Now fighting in the mid lane. Look at the damage coming out. Yum's in trouble. Zaman Force already dropped down as well. They're gonna fight it out. Lucas could be in trouble. Ying Yang Overturn has too much damage, but it's a double kill for Lolil. And they force boxing back as well. They're not done yet. Sorry on Felix has to flicker defensively. Man, Malaysia, what an overlay of ultimates and abilities to win that fight.
They wanted to, double down in the early game to mid. We saw it with the Kagura pick as well, and we are seeing it now. Use Lolio with a dive. Oh, clean by Lolio. The synchro visioning, that final shot, Felix definitely overstaying in the mid lane, not respecting that damage from a 3-0 Lolio on the Harith. 6 minutes in, Naisu, when it's looking very, very similar to game number 2 and how Malaysia was able to control the map. But this time, I think it's a bit more impressive because it's not like they shut down Cambodia from the start. They're just able to outfight them, outclass them in these skirmishes, and even outset up a lot of these skirmishes. Yums, we got to give a lot of credit to him because in that second turtle, it would have been free. Go, Jess.
Goja's going to go in onward into the air, shatter boxing, trying to get out of there with that formation. But even with the setup, it's not going to happen. There's just too much damage once again. And Skies joins the fight to clean things up. And all Rock can do is watch his teammates fall apart as Malaysia will get the kills, get the fights, and the turtle. Now ready to just further the lead. Full snowball effect at this point. Lolil gonna find Ra, pushes him out. So even with the Zaman Force, but they'll get this tier 2 early. This early on, and a purple buff gonna be lost for Lucas.
Slowly but surely, again, just utilizing their lead. They don't want to, to throw the game. This is still such a massive lead to utilize. So many advantages to choose from. I mean, at this point, I'm really just trying to look at that damage as well. The fact that the Cho dealt 10,000 damage more than the Fanny, only doing 8,000 damage. It kind of made me kind of speechless there. Okay, so even for Cambodia, it's not like they're not doing damage at all. For the Terizla, the Valentina, and even the Roger, they're actually doing quite a bit of damage, but Run the King on this carry, pick that I was also kind of doubting in the drafts. I have to say, man, you don't really have a good time on the carry up against this kind of composition. You want to pick up the carry usually up against tankier members. The fact that they picked it up against composition with a lot of damage dealers, that's why I was really doubting it. But then I saw the Kufra pick, and I was like, all right, I get what they're trying to do. They want to go for a safe pick. Gorgeous. Flickers forward. Earth Shatter. Yums conceal.
Oh, Yums using the conceal again. Going to knock up 3 members, but can't find the way the Dragon he was looking for. They're forced to fight anyway. Cambodia going to force Malaysia back a little bit further. Everybody's still alive. Yums had an idea. It didn't work out that time. So Cambodia buying themselves some more time to farm up here.
It's great though, right? The fact that you can still just utilize Yums with his aggressive damage, with his aggressive positioning and decision making, it's still okay for Malaysia. You don't really have to go for the full discipline route sometimes. Especially if you have a player like Yums. He's on a roam anyways, so even if he goes for those crazy, risky plays, if he dies, it's fine. It's just a roam. You just wait for him to respawn, especially in the 9th minute of the game where the death timer is still so low. So now Yums is actually going to look for the angle of attack, and you'll have a very, very good angle to go for a flank from the bottom side of the map. The purple buff actually going to be stolen away by Skies early here before the Lord even gets contested. So that's an advantage already by Skies. 2 levels ahead now of Lucas. When it comes to the retry battle, Lucas is going to have a tough time, especially now the Heptaseas also. Man, so many of these power spikes coming in at the right time.
Yep, Tyrant's Revenge going to be using the rage. They find the target. Yum's going to be taken out. Zaman Force on boxing. Look at the damage once again. Skies will join the fight. Blade turning everywhere. Looking for a possible maniac, but doesn't get it. As Lolil will pick up the kill, but it's a wipeout for Malaysia. They have the waves already pushing in. Timers are too long, but they could possibly just get these base turrets down. Hold on. Base turret, look at the live. We have GG on the live. Zaman Force already churned, and it looks like Malaysia might possibly end the game with a live here as we go back, and they'll do it. Malaysia will take down Cambodia and move forward to the WEC in Riyadh.
2-1.
seeding, because that's what they're battling out for. Let's jump into the land of Dawn here. Both teams once again have secured their slots to the WEC, so at this point they're in it for the last match as we round up the Asian Championship for MLBB. And yeah, this is interesting. I mean, how often do you get to see these juggled around? I mean, even Keyboy running the Temporal Rain on the Zask this time. It'll be fun to see if this actually ends up working out pretty well. But I will say, man, with the Saber over here, actually, he's already making his way up top. Okay.
Sans do the same thing. Will be stunned up. Now triple sweep. Not ready just yet. Zakuri goes in for the dash. And Sans will be able to escape right now. Temple Blade's going to be used up as a triple sweep. Not there. A good knockup to get Sans out of there. But it's going to be traded down by Lolio, who gets the or not just the rhythm, it's just the dashes to get him down.
Okay. Well, already it's a 1-for-1. Pretty even across the board, of course. Gojas, Albert on the hunt.
Halo. Albert.
Come on, Albert.
San Liper. San Liper. Link. Yes,
He wants to be stacking up on this Aldous. He wants to be taking a lot of things. So the fact that they were able to zone him away, even though obviously, had this kind of flicker there, and technically didn't get anything, no resources back. It's still not that bad because Gorgeous does lose quite a bit there at the bottom lane as they are going to go for the turtle. It's Sans who starts things first. Zach QT on the purple buff, trying to go for the purple buff first as Sans keeps on going at it. Doesn't have the purple buff just yet as Sans jumps in Retribution, and we'll be able to find it. Zach QT does he go for the triple sweep? He doesn't even have it. Sans has it for his ways, and we'll be able to use it under the turret. That's going to be the tanking coming in from Keyboy. One last in, Sans picks it up. A good abyssal arrow as well to stop Humes. But look at the chase bait. Gorgeous picks up the kill. That's a trade back in favor of, I don't know. I don't know. Pretty much, man. Another abyssal arrow right into the thunderclap, and that's a Sky Piercer built for CW. Calvin Winata on the Masha. Alrighty, well, at the same time, it looks like both teams have just ignored the turtle. They just want to battle it out further. Top side, they're going to get a kill. Good abyssal arrow once again as the Dominator's Ascent gets used up. Keyboy now going to Stormy, who's forced back with the oddity as Albert again just tries to go for another abyssal arrow as Lolio is jumping in, has electrifying beast, gets stunned up with the abyssal arrow, does some damage. Keyboy flickering forward. What was that? Albert getting the kill again. The Breath of the Ocean sidestep. Now Zach QT with a few shots should be able to take Albert down. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Lukby and Sans will be going onto the turtle. With Zach QT up top, it should be free. Wrath of the Dryad used up as well here by Lutfi. Gorgeous as you go for the steal. Does he flicker in? Do it! No! Sans will just take this away. Alright. Turtle finally secured into this game. Driving around, Johnson going around. It's going to land on the Keyboy right into the rough waves and the Breath of the Ocean. The abyssal arrow, though, connecting onto the backline where the Tempest Blade is going to be used on. QT will not be able to utilize the triple sweep all the way. Stormy gets a good petrify, but gets stunned up by the abyssal arrow. Still with the immune, able to escape. Albert diving deep under the tier 1 as Sans looks for the kill, but will be able to do so. Goes in, chase fate onto Albert. Now an oddity against Stormy, able to outplay Sans with the Defiant Blade, chasing him under the tier 1, getting the kill, and now getting chased down by Yums. With Gorgeous just focusing on the farm in the mid lane. Seems to be another trade. That axe is not going to land. Yums will recall.
Okay, a whole lot is happening here.
My God.
My goodness. And, heroes that you're not even used to casting over, but it's fun to see. And with that, I wouldn't even say, when you look at this lead, hold on, Johnson's making his way down mid lane.
Oh no, it's Keyboy again who gets caught, but look, the Wrath of the Tribe was used up earlier. Keyboy is able to outplay with the Dominator's Descent. Wow, what a play on that Temporal Rain too. Gets a whole lot of value. Meanwhile, Gorgeous in bottom lane will try his best to pick up some of the gold from that turret. But Sans is here. Now Gorgeous deals some damage back with the Sans. It's going to be a lot of damage placed down, but now it'll be 3v1. Lutfi picks up the kill. Yums trying to go for the conceal to help him out in the bottom lane, but it will not work. Indonesia eating in kills in the mid lane. Zach QT going to be stunned up. It's an arrow, but he sidesteps it just in time. Triple stream as Albert does some damage back. That's the Sky Piercer, and Sans picks up a killing spree in the mid lane as he jumps in with the pinch poise.
Man, so I guess you could say that Indonesia's at least got a lead right now. It's very minor, but still, both teams just kind of trying to find pickoffs where they can, get kills where they can, and just with this interesting lineup, I should say, able to pull through for Malaysia, though, on their end. This is the way they could win this is just Gojes gets 900 stacks, dude. Like, that might be the answer. 900 stacks.
Johnson with the rapid touchdown, able to crash onto Albert. Look at him. Look at this tree man walking all the way towards the front, trying to chase Stormy. Keyboy Dominator's ascent. He'll just stay there. That was unfortunate, Keyboy. And a nice try, man.
Nice try. I don't know.
Hold here. Still steal by Sansa. He dodges away from the triple street. Now picking up the blade. Saw QT going to be slain by the Finch Boys. The chase fade connects with the Breath of the Ocean. And it's going to be the shutdown for Stormy. Getting the rough waves. Another chase fade now used up on the Limpy. Oh, flicker out of the missile arrow right into the oddity. But CW is here to go in. That's a thunderclap that's taken off. But look at the Johnson. Oh, the flicker forward by Albert to cancel the rapid touchdown. Forcing Yums in the skirmish. And CW gets that last thunderclap as it'll be a trade for Lolial. It gets a turret up top. But look at the mid lane as well. Keyboy staying busy.
Man, that was tough. Yums is like, come on, I got you, Stormy. And he ends up getting taken down instead. Stormy's out of there now.
Triple sweep. Albert will lose his life. Dominator's descent, though, as he moves forward. That's a stun down, and QT will be taken down by the little Johnny boy there. Dominator's descent. That's what I call him, by the way, man.
Little Johnny boy?
Little Johnny boy. Whoa. A little bit of another skirmish happening there. It seems for Lupi is trying to go for the top. Oh, no. Keyboy flickers out of the rapid touchdown. We just make a detour, though. Lolial going for the chase as well. This should be Keyboy falling to the electrifying beast. Two man into the petrify and the rough waves as well. Sans and Lupi taken out.
I gotta say, Yums, he's got a license, man. He's actually a pretty good driver, aside from earlier when he ran in.
What?
CW's gonna get the kill on Stormy. They might have a revenge here.
Okay, CW doing damage back. Thunderclap gets caught by the fade Gorgeous with the shutdown. And in the 7th minute, we've already got a rapid touchdown again onto the back. Gorgeous dealing damage, and he might not need the 900 stacks. Maybe he's stealed enough.
He's there already. He's got it already, and he's 5, 2, and 3. Aldous, though, I mean, the burst damage with Gojes and Sack Cutie already should be an automatic kill. That's not even with Stormy. Stormy at some point, like, there's so many just one kills that they could get. Once again, Yums is going to drive it with Stormy. Goes up to the rest of the team. Where are they going to spot this out? Turtle's up, though. It's already going to be started there with Keyboy. Might just make their way down to the turtle pit. There might be a little bit too late for this drive, though. Here they come.
Yeah, Sans picks it up, gets caught by the petrify. That's a Wrath of the Dryad to taunt them back in towards them, but that's not going to be enough damage right now, as that's going to be the electrifying beast with the triple sweep used up, and that's a chase fade again to dive Albert to the backside with a flicker as well. Keyboy deals some damage now. Doesn't have the Dominator's descent just yet. As Lolial gets rid of Hook B on the other side of the map. It's still going to be Keyboy trying to look for the kite down, but the Breath of the Ocean puts him down to the ground. And take a look at the shutdown picked up by Albert as well. Able to outplay in that chase, but now Lolial has the dashes. Rapid touchdown! Oh, he crashes in and he gets shot down by the turret. Albert looking to go for a play, puts in the trap. Stormy gonna be caught in the abyssal arrow, connects again. Albert getting the kill on the Stormy. Lolial now looking for electrifying beats, has 2 stacks on him. Albert trying to juke here, electrifying beat chasing. The slowly but surely able to take Albert down. As Sans goes in for the chase. Did get that purple buff, and honestly, nice. Who's winning?
That's a good question. I was going to ask you that too at this point, man. Like, hey, I'm glad you're doing the play-by-play, Mirko, because this with these lineups, it's all you, buddy. Like, you got it.
It's all fights, bro.
It's all plays. It's all fights. It's all drive-bys from Yums. And, you know, honestly, this whole time, I feel like Ludwig has just been the tree man. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. They run into, what do you call it again?
The Johnny Boys, man.
Johnny Boys. Ran into a Johnny Boy there. That's the least alien name I could think of, man. I don't know how you got to Johnny Boy.
It's just like an Indonesian meme, man. They just call the Dominators the center, all of it. Yeah, oh, look, going for the chase.
Threat, dude. Look at the threat from this Velric.
Oh, no. Look at the threat of the 3 members jumping in the thunderclap as well. QT, where did he go? CW forced to flicker back. Looking gorgeous, though, on the other side of the map, forcing CW to recall, but he actually cancels out on the recalls. Lolial goes in for the chase. The rapid touchdown and the chase fade. Look at the global presence. Connecting on the Albert in the back line with the Wrath of the Giant connecting as well. That's going to be Keyboy versus 2 members. Able to flicker out for now. That's a petrify on the Sans as he gets some damage back on the Yobs. It's a kill now picked up by Lolial. It's a good Wrath of the Ocean as Lolial goes ham. Wild in the skirmish. 4-4 in favor of Malaysia. Only Albert now looking to go for a steal, but technically there's no retribution on their side. He could pull it off. Lolio zoning him very, very well. Albert.
Oh,
walking
Albert.
forward, trying to go for the stun
Oh.
flickers as well. Goodbye, Albert. Good night.
Go,
Gojek will
Jets.
chase him down. Trap. Plays down Albert. Delaying the inevitable. Look at this man. Trying to run away. Albert, you're going to get chased down anyways. Man, we dodges from one. Lolio with the dash. The missile arrow connects. But Lolio can just go through it all.
I was wondering if Gojas would be able to catch up to him, but good thing Lolia was there. Man, if you ask me still, who's winning? I don't know. It is going to be a Lord, though, up top side, and once again, Yu's driving around. Expert driving skills here. Still, Sands is around the corner, but they'll go ahead and just take a trip. And, you know, this is the thing for Indonesia, if they actually want to stay in this game here. You're going to have to deal with this Lord the best way they can. They don't. I think defense-wise is okay, defense-wise, because they even have a Zaz, but with the force of this Yumes driving around in this threat just like this.
Oh, the ocean into the rough waves. The combo CW disappearing from Atlanta Dawn around that orange buff. Now they continue this chase. That Sans getting knocked up. Triple street from Zakuni and the Sky Piercer will be enough to take Sans down. Now the Lord up top as well. We might be looking for a full-on fight. Look, they're getting a taunt, massive taunt onto 4 members. Keyboy with the dominance of Sen, now forced to flicker back. The chase straight into the back. Oh, he gets close to Keyboy, and he'll take him out. Now next it's going to be a double kill as it goes on to Lippy. Rapid
Oh my
touchdown onto
goodness.
Albert, and Malaysia are looking to end the game in the 11th minute, making it 12. That's GG to Malaysia.
Man, oh man. Congratulations, Malaysia, for winning the grand final in the best of one. Oh, against Indonesia. Again,
Winifred.
Arlot Gwyn kan, Arlot Gwyn mungkin nanti kalau misalkan larinya ke arah mid lane ke arah Faramis paling. Karena
Iya,
biasanya
sama
pertukarannya
banget.
Faramis Valentina, cuman Valentinanya sekarang dibikin cooldownnya lama banget. Jadi orang-orang tuh banyak yang bilang lebih worth Faramis daripada
Yes.
Valentina.
Kayak di MPL kemarin juga gitu sih. Kelihatan Paramis itu jadi prioritas, apalagi kan kayak banyak sisi-sisi yang udah mulai bermunculan ya, kayak Winifred itu bisa dilawan pakai Purify-nya di Faramis.
Iya,
Bisa
iya.
Purify, bisa dihindarin, terus dia bisa nyelamatin teman-temannya. Jadi kayak banyak banget disabler kayak gitu sih. Tapi dengan adanya Faramis itu jadi bikin miskalkulasi atau bisa jadi counter initiate.
Oke, let's go tim SMG. Bantai semua. Boleh. Iya.
Itu think twice harusnya ya.
Think twice body ya.
Iya, think twice buddy.
Oh iya. Oke, dan masuk di band yang ketiga. Wow.
Ini dari SMG kayaknya mereka fokus banget buat ke arah Kemi ya, gold lanernya nih.
Laner.
Hmm,
Ini 2 hero marksman loh. Berarti secara nggak langsung mereka udah dapat sedikit kisi-kisi mungkin ya, atau pernah ngelihat juga dari gameplaynya mereka di regionnya masing-masing.
Yes.
Dengan hero-hero yang udah mulai ditarget. Ya kalau Bruno memang meta banget. Cuman kalau biasanya sampai masuk ke pin, itu berarti lawannya udah power banget tuh, kuat banget main Bruno.
Oke.
Balik lagi kalau ngomongin first pick, bisa jadi nanti kalau di first picknya Joy. Wow, gue nggak expect Joy sih. Gue pikir kayak bakal ke Faramis, masih ke team fight gitu, Martis kah?
Wah, ini banyak banget loh yang bisa nantinya ngeganggu dari Joy-nya itu sendiri. Entahlah masih Kaja terbuka, Franco juga masih terbuka. Tapi mungkin dari
Kita bahas pas post game deh.
Oke.
Gue curiga masa iya ada festival loh. Belum sih kayaknya enggak deh.
Kira-kira apa ya? Apa sambil Regent?
Mungkin ya sambil aja. Cuman dipukul Brody kan tadi. Ntar kita cek lah pas post game-nya. Untuk sekarang turtle kedua, gue rasa dari tim SMG juga nggak boleh sampai lepas turtle ini untuk Nightmare Free.
Tadi turtle pertama udah dapetin sama Nightmare ya. Tapi terlihat sebenarnya dari tim SMG mereka lebih menguasai untuk bagaimana step-step yang akan diambil selanjutnya. Kayak mereka udah inisiasi, ya udah depan-depannya aja. Terus juga udah ada pertukaran lane lagi menuju menit kelima di arah top lane buat nyebrang lagi nih.
Biar XP lane diajak turtle kan.
Iya.
Dia punya frontliner tambahan. Dan sudah mulai ditarik Nightmare Esports. Mereka, setupnya bagus banget sih dari mereka nih.
Di reset ternyata, tapi memang kali ini Miko
Makan
masih mencoba untuk mencari. Tapi untuk adanya Purify ini juga masih belum diketahui ya informasinya. Jadi nggak dikomit di sosolnya, masih ada Netherrealm juga. Sehingga hanya mengganggu dan menzoning out aja. Namun Turtle sekarang udah mulai ditarik nih ke area sisi dari tim SMG.
Implosion.
Implosionnya connect kalian bahkan didorong juga dari Raging Sandstorm kali ini. Membuat efek stun dan bahkan saksa harus hilang juga. Dan bahkan penalti zone lagi-lagi Turtle berhasil diamarkan dan sudah diaktifkan dan bahkan menuju ingin lebih lagi bagaimana. Kali ini karena semua Black Shoes dikasih dikeluarkan tapi smooth. Tidak akan bisa kemana-mana lagi dan dua pemain dari tim SMG dihilangkan.
Beserta Turtle yang bisa di-secure. Oh, wait a minute. So.
Wah, ini berbahaya nih. Miko ketarik Shadow Stamping. Wave Dragon Defensive ternyata gak cukup. Dan bahkan Jasmine lagi-lagi mendapatkan sebuah inisiasi. Dan tim SMG kali ini harus kehilangan 3 bahkan.
Mungkin niatnya tadi buat beli waktu ya. Beli waktu biar mid lane-nya tuh bisa hancur. Cuma masih lama banget. Tadi minumnya masih banyak sebenarnya. Dan yang datang ke tengah bukan hanya satu member dari Nightmare. Itu banyak banget. Ya, nice try lah. Mungkin dia punya konsep yang tadi coba dilakukan. Sementara gue suka banget flankingnya, implosionnya langsung target satu. Gak peduli dia. Buka flicker dan implosion hanya untuk satu target. Itu biasanya yang paling dihindari gak sih? Kayak sayang gitu loh. 2 menit flicker, implosion delaynya lama juga. Dapatnya satu kayak kurang gitu kan.
Tapi bahkan Raging Sandstorm.
Iya, yang penting dia komit langsung ke arah jungle-nya.
Tapi akhirnya jadi hal yang bagus juga kan.
Iya.
Junglernya nggak bisa kontes dan akhirnya teman-teman yang mau backup dan akhirnya dibalikin keadaannya.
Makanya gue suka banget setupnya tadi. Semenjak dia udah tarik turtle ke belakang dan Tigreal-nya tuh nggak ngepok, jadi gue tahu oke, mereka mau mancing dan main front to back.
Nah ini udah makan aja yang depannya di mana Jasmine kali ini mencoba untuk bertahan, didorong lagi dengan adanya Cycle Taper. Tapi lihat Netherrealm diaktifkan membuat dari Jasmine tidak bisa ditumbangkan secara mudah karena pola damage-nya juga ini DPS Tony lama.
Iya, belum bisa kencang-kencang banget. Mungkin kalau buat Sasa nanti akan beda cerita ya. Dengan lumayan sakit. Dan lagi-lagi di bagian top lane, too easy for Lexi. Ini bukan target yang pas sih. Martisnya udah unggul banget dari segi level.
Udah mulai snowball ya.
Level 10 dia.
Apalagi Saksa nih ya, yang kita tahu Joy ini hero yang butuh banget snowballing.
Cuma bedanya dia bisa pegang laning jauh nanti loh.
Iya sih.
Nah itu salah satu cara snowballingnya juga ada di sana.
Tapi dari Nightmare mereka punya cloud juga, tapi Miko yang sekarang sudah mulai masuk. Memaksa adanya outer top turret akan segera dihancurkan. Masih ada satu katapult terakhir sehingga kali ini berhasil dihancurkan di tangan dari seorang Sasa. Sosolnya bakal coba dikejar tapi forward part memory begitu menyakitkan dan Soso menghilang. Purify tidak ada Netherrealm juga yang ngebuat akhirnya dirinya pun harus berhasil untuk di pick up pertama kali ini.
Dan backupnya juga tadi belum terlalu dekat kali ya. Dan Wave Dragon
Bahkan coba langsung dilompatkan juga di mana Raging Sensor dan Netherrealm kali ini sudah mulai aktif dan bahkan Miko dihilangkan keadaannya di mana Sasa pun berhasil dihilangkan. Penalti zone to easy for Lexi pun menjadi nyawa yang harus dibayarkan oleh tim SMG.
wow, ini pertukaran yang lagi-lagi oke untuk Nightmare loh. mereka dapetin killnya lebih unggul dan mereka dapetin sebuah syarat dengan posisi mereka bawah Cloud. Harusnya mereka itu lebih unggul. Dan untuk scalingnya juga kan, Cloud memang akan lebih enak dari Brody untuk scale up di late game-nya. Memang damage Brody bisa catch up juga di late game. Tapi in and out Cloud itu loh yang nggak bisa untuk dicari dari hero manapun kecuali one mungkin.
Iya, masalah juga mau purify gak sih? Ya
Iya,
maksudnya
safety.
mau ditendang sama Miko juga agak susah targetingnya. Apalagi kan lincah. Tapi untuk berbicara lane jauh ya, sebenarnya ya memang di sisi Nightmare punya kami yang belum tersentuh sama sekali. Meanwhile, ada sebuah montage yang dikeluarkan. Wave Dragon Raging Sandstorm ini adalah sebuah usaha aja ya buat kebalikin keadaan, tapi memang sendirian aja dan akhirnya nggak bertahan juga.
Last bridge ya, last
Desperate tuh.
roti. Oke, dan lagi-lagi wah orange-nya diambil. Oke, ini pergerakan yang lumayan bagus karena goldnya memang dipegang terus sama SMG sih, Ul.
Iya, kenapa ya? Kayak mereka dapetin 2 turtle. Mereka dapetin beberapa
Kill.
kill-nya bahkan lebih banyak. Turretnya juga tadi sempat unggul. Cuman mereka nggak bisa memaksimalisasi keuntungan mereka itu loh.
Makro nggak sih jawabannya?
Iya, nggak bisa dikonvert dengan akhirnya objektif yang lain.
Iya, mekanik mereka gua rasa setara dan mereka juga satu suara gitu loh ketika menabrak. Tapi ketika udah split push dan lain-lain beda lagi.
Wah, ini Netherrealm udah di-trigger nih. Dan bahkan mereka dipaksa untuk fight di tengah, musir Stormy-nya, sedangkan di sisi yang lain, inner turret daerah bawah udah hancur.
Ini gerakan-gerakan yang mancing gini loh sebenarnya.
Iya.
Apalagi dependent ultimate banget kan dari Nightmare Esports-nya. Dia dependent implosion, dependent ditarik secret hammer.
Wah, tapi Miko bukan target yang diinginkan harusnya. Tapi itu hanya sedikit pemancingan aja ya. Dimana ternyata alter middle turret berhasil untuk dihancurkan juga. Meanwhile, kali ini dari in-game equipment yang bisa kita lihat di sisi kami, dia udah punya Lexus, tambah lagi dengan adanya Demon Hunter Sword dan Golden Star.
Ya udah kerasa lah ya.
Wah, bahkan beda jauh loh sama Sasanya. Sasanya free banget.
Masalahnya gue ngeliat Cloud sekarang tuh udah ada yang satu mental per item dan
Wah, ini masih ada Kickstand Guard untuk bisa menahan damage dari
Gak
Saksa,
kuat.
tapi memang nggak bisa terlalu lama. Dengan HP yang udah kegerus juga, Electrifying Blades yang aktif membuat dari JP kali ini berhasil untuk ditumbangkan.
emang karena bikin damage juga kali ya. Sekarang kalian kalau bikin defense, menurut gue malah fungsinya malah menurun loh. Karena mending 3 damage sekalian.
Walaupun memang bawanya ke arah dari konkusif ya, yang biasanya level ignition.
Bisa itu buat perang dan implosion.
Wah, implosion yang terkonek kali, bakal coba untuk maju lagi. Ada penalty zone yang connect, Netherrealm dibuka dan bahkan kami berhasil untuk menumbangkan satu pemain di mana Miko-nya, tapi ditukar dengan ada 3 pemain dan bahkan menuju ke arah wipe karena kami terlihat sendirian dan kali ini pun membuat dari tim SMG menang telak atas fight-nya.
Itu dipancing jelas banget sih. Dengan keunggulan jumlah yang dimiliki oleh SMG, ya mereka pasti ready untuk team fight. Implosion moment connect karena 3 target, ya bagus banget. Tapi follow up yang paling dibutuhkan oleh Nightmare itu lagi nggak ada. Menurut gua hanya dari JV yang paling bisa nge-follow dan itu yang burst damage bulat gitu loh. Malah menurut gua bagusan Cloud-nya itu dari belakang aja nanti. Dia main nge-backstep mungkin atau dia main yang pakai basic attack aja. Lihat 3 target, blessing duet nggak akan cukup buat nge-burst. Apalagi ngomongin soal Joy yang bisa lari dengan ritmenya, belum lagi dengan movement speed yang cepat, Terisla juga yang kena, Sasanya jadi free hit.
Dibalikin ya.
Beda cerita kalau tiba-tiba tadi ada JV, kalau ada experience dari Khalidnya. Gua rasa itu bakal bisa.
Iya sih. Tapi ya ini yang dimanfaatkan dengan cukup baik. Dimana tim SMG mereka bisa dapetin Lord yang sudah berjalan juga ke arah bottom lane. Tersisa 3 base turret yang terbuka dari sisi Nightmare Esports. Ada Conceal sudah mulai terdengar, tapi nampaknya Miko masih mengurungkan niatnya untuk bisa melakukan inisiasi terhadap pemain-pemain dari Nightmare Esports dan berfokus untuk bisa menghancurkan satu persatu base turret ya. Tapi lihat bagaimana Saksa kali ini sudah mulai masuk dengan electrifying beat, tapi HP-nya sudah mulai tergerus sehingga kali ini dari Nightmare mereka masih bisa mempertahankan base-base turret mereka.
Ya defense yang terbilang sukses lah ya. Walaupun memang karena Lord pertama juga sih, nggak bisa nge-charge kan. Jadi dari Lord susah juga buat tabrak ke Pestart. Tapi masih menunggu nih momen dari Jasmine. Dia bisa banget kalau memang nanti ada flicker, makan depan lagi sih yang gue tunggu-tunggu. Karena mulai nyari momen dia nih, nyari kayak 3 target, 4 target, dan itu target-target yang sebenarnya kena implosion pun gak terlalu banyak efek. Kayak Stormy, terus kayak Smooth, yang Miko, sementara damage-nya gak ada.
Oh, tapi kami, wah masih wah, Beto mirror rematch-nya sempat ditahan dan bahkan kali ini berhasil untuk ditumbangkan, tapi Jasmine tertangkap sendirian, tertinggal dari rombongan dan Jasmine pun harus menyusul kepulangan dari kami. Dan itu nahan Beto mirror rematch gak sih tadi?
Harusnya nahan, atau dia baru buka kali ya. Dia baru buka ke depan, jadi delay masih untuk baliknya lagi. Tapi itu satu kerugian banget nih, jelas banget. Best Startnya hilang tanpa Lord loh.
Wah, ini buat memaksimalisasi split push yang dimiliki dari sisi Cloud itu sendiri ini nggak kelihatan, tapi the roamnya ke trigger. Ini hal yang cukup berbahaya.
Udah nggak ada Netherlands lagi. Sementara Bestara Teammates juga udah nggak ada. Top lane-nya pun dihancurin. Semua masih lengkap belum? Miko masih ada Wolf Dragon kalau mereka mau untuk setup bisa. Dan Immortal mungkin Miko.
Oke, ternyata masih bisa dipertahankan Immortalnya atas cicilan dari damage per second yang disumbangkan oleh kami. Dan nampaknya dari tim SMG mereka nggak mau maksa kehendak ya. Mereka lebih memilih untuk setup ke arah Lord aja.
Udah di menit segini, Tigreal menurut gua ada satu minusnya, oh. Dia nggak bisa nge-reach out bagian belakang yang terlalu jauh.
Iya,
Makanya gue sempat bilang sama beberapa orang waktu discuss juga ya, beberapa player dan beberapa pelatih, Atlas itu lebih enak, bukan lebih pasti menang. Maksud gue kalau menang ya semua punya chance yang sama. Tapi Atlas bisa nge-reach out backline yang gak bisa di-reach sama Tigreal. Itu keunggulannya, apalagi di late game kan.
Ya karena kan kalau Atlas dia punya perfect match kan buat movementnya tambah, dia bisa kejar juga. Sedangkan dari Jasmine dengan Tigreal ini lebih ke arah flickernya aja. Tapi lihat bagaimana dari Rob sudah mulai diaktifkan kembali, tapi itu Perlexi pun berhasil untuk ditumbangkan dan Sofo tidak bisa kemana-mana lagi karena double kill is coming from Stormy yang belum terpick up sama sekali.
Ayo, Soso punya pasif memang dengan respon time yang tidak terlalu lama. Tapi jujur, Lordnya belum datang. Ini mungkin kalau dapetin Bestar sebelum Lordnya datang, next Lordnya datang, itu mungkin bisa jadi endgame.
Sosol bisa hadir tapi tidak dengan Netherrealm-nya.
Iya, cooldown Netherrealm juga lumayan lama kan.
Ini belum ada item cooldown yang cukup juga untuk Sosol. Tapi kali ini saksanya bakal mengacak-acak lini belakang dan damage output dari Active Flying Beast begitu menyakitkan dengan adanya satu lagi Wave Dragon dan kami kali ini pun berhasil untuk dihilangkan. 3 pemain tersisa dari sisi Nightmare Esports, tapi 2 pemain dari tim SMG pun berhasil dihilangkan. Smooth dan Stormy tersisa di ada triple kill. Diamankan oleh Sosol, tapi base-nya sudah terbuka dengan cukup lebar dan game yang pertama berhasil diamankan oleh tim SMG.
Malaysia yang bisa mendapatkan game pertamanya dengan setup yang begitu menarik. Nightmare Esports, mereka punya early-nya, mereka kontrol neutral objektif yang kuat banget. Tapi untuk segi makro, minion management, cara farming, mereka kalah dari SMG.
Lebih unggul ya?
Ya, that's why SMG-nya itu selalu megang gold.
Goal terus.
Iya, walaupun nggak banyak ya, di awal kayak bedanya cuma 1000, beda-beda yang kayak 500 gold, cuman nggak ketarik sama Nightmare.
Iya, karena killnya unggul Nightmare, turret tadi unggul duluan juga.
To the match. It's a best of 3 between Myanmar and Indonesia to secure a slot, the first one to the grand final, of course, later on, but more so for the WEC in Riyadh for 2024. It starts here in this best of 3. We saw both lineups. We talked about it quite extensively, and want to get a look also at the emblems. I'm not sure if anything stuck out just yet. It is Ken rolling with the Impure Rage. I like the fact that Fredrin is still versatile enough to pick like 3 different emblems, maybe 4, you know, and kind of play around with that. Also, there's a whole lot of lethal ignitions here. Zidez is also using the Brave Smite. We've seen this plenty of times with Ruby, and even on the other side, nothing too crazy from this. Ruby does have the lethal ignition himself, so we'll see how this kind of new signature pick, I guess you could say. It's like a new pick in his repertoire to make work because he dealt with it so many times over in Indonesia against his other opponents. So it makes me really wonder too how this is going to work in the grander scheme of things, these later team fights when we're talking about especially the Skypiercer being built and online. And so for now, neither teams are really going to be pushing the momentum just yet. I think with these lineups for both of them, you just want to wait for the turtle, but it looks like Albert already going to go in, but just visiting, you No, I mean, really, you can't get this kill that you're looking for, but everybody needs to get these level 4s before this fight does become, before it does break out for that first turn. So right now, they're still waiting for this last minion to go ahead and just look at the attention here. They might try to go for something, you know, try to pull like a cheeky move up top, but Turtle's up. And with that, Ruby DD doesn't have the level 4 just yet, so they'll wait. Sans also waiting, so it's up to and go ahead and stall out that Turtle and start it up. But look at Indonesia also getting in position here.
From Myanmar so far, Ken holding on to that Turtle. Albert pops in the shield unity. Keyboard looking for an angle now of that onward. You can see that Albert will go for the shield unity onto Zide. There's going to be a airstrike as well to Albert to get a claim for his blood. Albert winning on the retreat battle, but in the back, it's going to be Ruby DD who claims the kill on the Sans. But Lupi flickers forward now and just goes in for the last 2 scratches to get the trade in favor of Indonesia. Keyboy continuing with the onward and the Earth Shatter, knocking Ken up, doing some damage, and he does have the Primal Wrath, so he can try to go for a little bit more damage here. It is going to be the Praiser's Wrath forcing him out. He will be able to onward backwards again, just buying some time. Finally gets that Primal Wrath off. But yeah, early on, a win for Indo.
Yep, Keyboy knew. You know, he's like, I can stay here and just be annoying for a while because I have Primal Wrath. And yeah, they came out on top of that whole exchange. Oh, mid lane, great pickup on the Suns by Zide
With the flicker into the I'm Offended, straight into the follow-up coming in from Myanmar. Well played to equalize the kills. On the board, diversion into the bottom lane. Doesn't have the I'm Offended though, so really no threat of taking CW down, not just yet.
Yeah, it was a good idea, like send the package, you know, type thing. Here we go. I was going to talk about the items because that whole exchange, how it happened. We might not get a chance, though.
Earth Shatter. Onward not connecting earlier. Shielding need to lock her down. Zide to be able to pop into I'm Offended, but will fall to the Poissons as Juno in the bottom lane will still be able to use the Abyss Walker and the Spear of Destruction as well to try to defend and clear out these minion waves from pushing into that turret.
Okay. You know, I wanted to get a chance to talk about the items, but it looks like Indonesia just wants to keep fighting.
Another Feather Airstrike, no Thunderclap just yet. Lippy decides to use it. Try to go for that Execute, and Sans will still be able to claim that kill up top.
All right, so Indonesia finding picks where they can. They might just go for another. Juno is going to be fine. Gets out of there with a walker. But so this is the thing, man. Like with the lead that Indonesia has gotten themselves. Oh no, Albert, is he going to be in trouble?
Taking a whole lot of damage. A chain CC as well, but a good Earth Shatter from Keyboy now to go for the re-engage. Sans follows up as well. That's going to be a blazing duet from CW as he pops in a Purify to get out of the Dispersion CC and now goes back to the Battle Mirror image onto the Turtle. Second Turtle of the game, Albert on a diversion. Trying to give Ken a little bit of an angle. Spear of Destruction, but Albert just secures it with a Retribution. CW, no Purify, going to be caught on the flanks, and Myanmar will be able to get a trade off for that Turtle. It's a kill onto the gold lane.
Okay, maybe we get a chance now. Let's look at it real quick before Ken starts a fight. But first item's kind of falling into place already. You got a Corrosion Sight here for Juno. It's going to need a little more time to build up because the same thing is there for CW, and he's on to his second item. With that too, Sky Piercer already being locked in for Loopy. That first item, that rush, is exactly what we were thinking about for the Masha, and that can be quite devastating. You got the wings already picked up by Sans, helps with that little bit of shielding and a little bit more mobility that already Farsa has a ton of. So with this, you know, this early game kind of advantage that Indonesia was able to get themselves gives them this upper hand, plus the defensive items they've already locked in. Still looking to get some of these first ones locked in. Oh, Albert, this is what I'm saying. He's quite tanky, even with the Baksha. So the classic matchup between the Fredrin. What? Wow, Loopy. That's the Thunderclap Pierce.
We were talking about the Sky Piercer, the Thunder Pierce, we might as well call it now, with how he's able to utilize the Masha. But remember, during the rosters, you know, when we're talking looking at the lineups, we were talking about how Ruby DD has so much more experience compared to some of the members from Indonesia, and especially his lane opponent. Lutfi's a rookie in MPL ID in Indonesia, and he just got a solo kill against a legend.
Man, right now, they're just playing with these timings that they have on you know, especially the different lanes, but Luffy, especially with that Sky Piercer, like we were talking about, you know, and we know hold on, Keyboy diversion?
Okay, it's gonna be Keyboy caught in, and that's gonna be everything in the kitchen sink. Keyboy still able to flicker out to safety, but the Spirit of Destruction and the follow-up from Ruby DD as he flickers in will be able to catch Keyboy and take him down in the 6th minute of the game. Straight for the turtle, the final one of this game to spawn back into the Land of Dawn. Straight onto it though, it's gonna be Ken and Ruby DD. Albert is looking for an angle to perhaps go for it. Pops into Poissons, hovers over the turtle, goes in for the retribution, but still gonna be Ken who wins it out in the end. And that's the first turtle on the board for Myanmar, technically. Shield Unity found it. Strike, catching Sire as he flickers out with the no-run Wolfgang. CW jumps in with the laser to wake. It's Scott Am offended, but will be able to take him down as he goes back towards that battle mirror image. Looking for the flicker only onto the wall, though, loses that 1 HP bar and gets to reset on the Thunderclap, but is not in range to go for that Thunderclap. Now another diversion. Lippy gonna be caught by the taunt again. Lippy taunted up and locked down by the Spirit of Misery. Justin gets rid of him. That's gonna be a good dodge by Keyboy, sidestepping away from the Praisers Rattles. Now it's gonna be the re-engage coming down onto Myanmar. Can't looking for the damage, but Keyboy will out-sustain the Fredrin. And the Feather Airstrike gets popped in. The last one doesn't connect, but the flicker does. Gila Sans continuing on the far side.
Oh my goodness. I think that's all it's going to be is just clash after clash and team fights. Because so far, that's what both these teams have wanted to do. And actually, when you watch them through the group stage, and we talked about exactly how this new patch, these new items, has changed the course of the game. This is the highlight. Like, these are the ways, the play styles that these teams have. They've been known for before, and now it's even more so. Albert gonna battle out with Ken, and it looks like they're gonna go for it.
Yeah, Albert did actually steal that away. Another Feather Airstrike as well. Ruby DD gonna be knocked up by Keyboy, and just with those shields thrown out, Albert will be able to take him down. In the mid lane, Team Lippy wanted to go for that turret. CW will be able to get the tier 2 up top for free, however. No, not for free. Juno, good maneuvers to look for trades on the map.
Wow, okay, so again, Indonesia will still hold on to the lead that they've got themselves up to this point. They are furthering it a little bit more, and even with Myanmar, they've been making actually pretty good positioning plays with Justin utilizing that diversion. It's just unfortunate because they're kind of, the item disparity or the economy lack here is really what's showing in some of these skirmishes and team fights. And so as they get ready for this Lord here, I think it's still a little tough for Myanmar to actually approach this fight because they're outgunned and out-itemed. Even with a good diversion play, if they can catch out a key target, which could be Sans, could be CW, then they might have the upper hand. Then they have to deal with Lutby, especially on this Masha, like we said, with the Sky Piercer already and other items locked in. So with that, Myanmar will actually go ahead and try to dance this off, it looks like. But even with Keyboy, early immortality picked up. He has the Primal Wrath still available as well. The placement and positioning here for Indonesia is really what's going to kind of set this apart. And that with the lead they have, look how front forward they can be. They can actually dominate this side of this Lord, zoning out the members of Myanmar. You have to wait, because Ruby DD, where is he going to enter from? But fourth of the help.
Ken's all low and chain CC'd. Albert going to be able to pick up the board for free. Ken pretty melted down. Lippy walking forward. CW with a battle mirror image aggressively as well to the fronts. But Indonesia will just be happy with that trade. No contest for Myanmar.
Okay, no contest for that one. Again, this is what I was saying. I think it'd be difficult for them to really contest that first Lord or even fight that fight. But, the way that they come back into this game, even given the fact that 4,000 lead for Indonesia is really utilizing the diversion like they have. They've had some pretty good plays. But also Juno. Great thing, Juno hasn't died yet. He hasn't gone down. He's been able to farm up pretty well. He's got the 3 items. He's got the DHS, Corrosive Scythe. He's got the Golden Staff. So he should be able to pump out pretty good damage. Might work on that Wind of Nature next for a little defense, and he's going to be a key component in winning some of these fights. Not only that, but if a Ruby DD can get the setup that he's looking for with this Dynrock pick, penetrate that armor and set things up here. What do you see?
Wait, did Albert just accidentally get 2 Sky Guardian helmets? I think he did, and he just sold the Sky Guardian helmet to buy another Ares belt. I think that might have been a mistake, man, and that's actually quite a costly one. I don't know if it's a visual bug or if it actually is true that he sold the Sky Guardian helmet, because I saw him pick it up, and there was 2 in the inventory. Juno doing a good job of clearing up top lane now. CW gets rid of the tier 2 in the mid lane as Luffy as well. Tries to do the same thing, but towards the tier 2 in the bottom lane. CW, the battle mirror image towards the fronts. trying to go for some damage onto Ken, but he will still be able to utilize that turret splash to clear out the waves. And it seems for Indonesia, they want to get rid of all the turrets, all the base turret splashes with the first Lord.
Yeah, that's probably the best that they can do for now. Even with the lead that they have, they still have to respect the fact that, like I said, setup potential from Myanmar is actually pretty good. And Juno hasn't died. And because he has the 3 items that he really needs to lock in, he doesn't have to worry so much about having the Wind of Nature just yet, as long as they're on the defense. Once they start kind of pressing forward a little bit, obviously Juno's going to want some of that defensive, but he's all, right now, oh, hold on. Ken should be fine. Gets thrown up into the air. This is all the battle for the orange, though.
Okay, that's shielded as well. Now into the Earth Shatter as he gets the stun down. Ken will be knocked back again with the onward. They go for a flying off the sound, but he's still able to survive right now. The Feather Airstrike popped in, but gets caught in the Petrify as they look for Justin now, who's going to be completely isolated, Lippy, with another Thunderclap. And you might as well call it the Thunder Piercer, because that's what it is on the Masha. Your HP bar just disappears whenever he goes for that Thunderclap. Albert and Keyboy zoning Zida and Ruby DD. None of the backliners alive for Myanmar. Indonesia can go for the end right now. Battle Mirror Image just asking the onward to cancel out any sort of re-engage from Zida. Ruby DD all alone. They're going to go straight for it. Lumpy again with the Thunderclap and the Sky Piercer to assassinate Ruby DD to claim game number 1 for